Sorry, y'all. I was watching something on TV. Shout out to Baldy. Grilling calling. What up, y'all? Shout out to y'all. My bad. We're just waiting for Leader to show up because we got lots to talk about, man, on Broad Street Blitz Take Leader Edition. So, yeah. We're going to be talking about all the college stuff. We're going to be talking about this guy here, and 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 I think this guy here, and this big old guy right here. We're going to also talk about the new signings that we got. And of course, hold on. Hello? Hello? Yeah, because we're already starting. We're already live. I'm just stalling for you.
Just do your thing. You know, you're a good host. Do your thing. Know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you about the pictures.
All right, actually, just stay on the phone and just talk, and we'll just go ahead.
Yeah, the pictures you got, the draft pictures first. We're going to do those first. And the next ones, we go ahead and do the signings, and then you got Jalen. All the Jalen Hurts noise, we're going to do that. So do that. Go ahead and talk to him, and as soon as I get back, I'm going to be right back on that joint. Matter of fact, it just clocked back on, so I'm going to go ahead and get it started up. I'm going to be on it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep, come on. That was Leader. He said he's joining us. So we got all that. And, of course, because it's Leader Johnson. This. I thought I was done talking about this. I thought, shout out, thanks, William. Thanks, William. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels, man. I thought I was done talking about Jalen. I thought this whole nonsensical ish was done. Like, seriously. I said my piece about it yesterday. I said I was done with it. Leader bringing it up. So, I thought I was done with it. Like, seriously, I thought I was done with it. I thought I was done talking about this nonsense. I thought I was. Because here's the thing. I don't want to talk about it no more. That's the thing. I didn't want to talk about it no more. And now I'm talking about it. By the way, shout out to Tank Bixby. That's something I can't talk about. Where is it? Shout out to Tank Bixby while we're waiting. Of course, you know Colin Cowherd talking his damn mess. And here comes Tank supporting his guy. Shout out to Tank. Running back. I don't know if he's a former, but, you know. Shout out to Tank. Because Jesus Christ. I'm gonna tell you what this whole Jalen Hurts thing is. Yup, it's like Fairly Odd Parents when Timmy Turner has no emotions, right? Timmy Turner has no emotion, right? And this is how it goes on a school bus.
I'm ignoring you. I said I'm ignoring you. Stop ignoring me! Ignoring you!
Why can't it be like that? And then when Timmy does ignore her, listen. Listen.
I'm ignoring you.
He ignores her the first time.
I said I'm ignoring you.
Ignores her the second time. Without emotions, by the way. This is like, let me show. Like Timmy Turner without emotions. That's Timmy without emotions right here. Let me get this out of the way so y'all can see it. So we got Timmy without emotions. This girl right here who wants you. Sorry about that. So he wishes he has no emotions. She ignores him like she always do. She says it like twice. Listen.
Stop ignoring me! Ignoring you!
What?
I'm ignoring you.
Uh-huh.
I said I'm ignoring you. Stop ignoring me! Ignoring you!
Why can't this happen with Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles in the media? Huh? Huh? Why can't it be like that? Right. Right. Someday, people gonna give Jalen Hurts his credit. Someday. Okay.
With your host with the most, so have a toast, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing, man? Back here we go. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. We were just talking about Jalen freaking Hurts, so we'll start there before we get to
the draft.
First of all, Tank Bigsby, I don't know. Well, I added this. Tank Bigsby saw what Colin Cowherd had to say to Jalen about Jalen, and he said the best in the world. Stop all that hating, my boy. That's the first thing. And then, of course, for those who live under a rock, Jalen Hurts, poor body language, not always brought in, blah, 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 blah. I hate talking about this, but here we are.
Yeah, we got to talk about the realness.
Not this one. Hold on.
News, guy.
And then news claimed that Jalen Hurts was the reason for this play, which he wasn't. And then all this nonsensical ish.
Go back. You got to come on, cool kid. We got to get out our feelings. We got to get out our feelings, and we got to put what's out there. Now, one thing we're going to talk about is Jeremy Fowler was the first person that leaked a lot of things out, and he had an article, and he spoke to a source. He said, "Now we're going to go on that, man. We're going to go on all terms. There's 4 verticals that got changed by Jalen Hurts. Of course, if a quarterback wants to change things, he has to change things. He was trying to work with Patullo. Those are all things that have to happen. Things just weren't right, and he just didn't see things right, and it maybe didn't work. But let's keep this source thing right. There's somebody in the team leaking out some mess. That's what it is. And there's this not no everybody wants to say coaches. There's no coaches. The only coach that would possibly be leaking out a person that went into a playbook and did something is Kevin Patullo. And then that's I'm just going to tell you, I'm not pointing, but that has to be the only reach right there. And it's only another guy that y'all don't want to talk about, but AJ Brown saying things so many times about Jalen Hurts makes Fowler go into the locker room and get these. Now, we don't know who the source is. It could have been anybody. But we know it ain't the main guys like Sirianni or you know Harvey Roseman. I ain't no Saquon Barkley. Ain't no Devontae Smith. Now, we don't know. I'm telling y'all, if we don't know if it's AJ, we don't know. But AJ has said he wants to be here. He's excited. It's home. But he also put out where he wanted to be traded to. I didn't put out those give him this Cool Cat, but I did. If y'all follow Cool Cat, y'all see him retweet. He gave 5 teams, was the Bills, Tennessee Titans. The Bills, the Patriots, the Rams. Those teams were included in the 5 teams that he said he wanted to be traded to. He gave it to his agent. And everybody wants to talk here and there about who that actually came out. Albert Breer, that actually was said by AJ Brown. Y'all have to stop getting in your feelings and have to be real. Now, Jalen Hurts is a leader. Everybody says he's a leader. They are picking on Jalen Hurts all year. But that doesn't mean
no, leader. This been going on since the guy was drafted. No, scratch that. It's been going on since college, from Alabama to Oklahoma to when he was drafted.
Yeah,
it's been going on for a while now. This ain't no one-time thing with Jalen. This been going on since he's been drafted and since he's been in college.
No, and it's definitely not a one-time thing. But like I say, Jalen Hurts, he didn't get this criticism at all in college, at all. Now he has more money and people are targeting him. That's all it is. It's all it is, man. They want him to be who they stereotype to be a quarterback. And Jalen Hurts is more than that. He does more things. He runs the ball. He's a leader, and he doesn't get in any trouble. Notice that he doesn't get in any trouble. So somebody's trying to pick him. He can't be that type of guy. And that's just what came out. Somebody, they say, they talk about an Eagles team source claims that Jalen Hurts was the person who called 4 verticals on the Eagles' last play of not Patullo. Now, he got that from someone else. He's letting you know. Then there's things he's saying that he's not saying not Patullo. You got to notice how a person is writing. Me being a writer, I can tell y'all what people are doing to subliminal. Me, when I say sources, when you see Nita Johnson, I'm a very competent. I love to go at, follow. I love it because it sharpens my skills. It's real good, and I love to, communicate with the followers or whatever. But one thing I also do is I say sources. I don't let you know who my source is because we protect those who going to give us more news and not put their name out there. And he said not Patullo specifically on this one because we're talking about plays being called. This is a whole new coaching staff. So it's a lot of guys that could have said anything. Like that's the crazy part about this. This is why you don't pay attention to this because there are people who are not working there, probably not getting their way, who are saying this. This is what's going on. Hurts is the guy. He's the guy they want to satisfy in the organization. They want to put players around. So things are going to be put out. And Fowler is a great Fowler. Guys, you see Breer, these are sources. This is what you don't say. Oh, these guys, no. Rossini, the woman that was, she's a source. She might get things that people get sources that change up on them all the time. I never thought she was lying. I just thought the sources changed up on them. Y'all got to know these are people that write. People that write are people that sit down every day and talk to people. It's a difference between people that interview people on live and people that actually go into the source and have to write things. And this is Fowler. This is what he does. Yikes. Additional notes from Jamie Fowler. Bombshell article on Eagles star Jalen Hurts. Hurts was the person who called the 4 articles. The Eagles' last play of the 2026 NFL playoffs, not Patullo. They're saying Hurts is the reason for that. But Hurts is a quarterback. Y'all cannot say that it's a bad thing if he calls things and plays happen. We're with a confused offense. Wanted to avoid. Go back. Wanted to avoid playing under center. He's a quarterback. Reluctant to let it trip at times, particularly against zone coverage. This is all coming from one person, too. This isn't a bunch of people. All this is one person. Poor body language, not always brought in. That's when they were saying that, and before the season started, that he was in the locker room, and he wouldn't get. Now he started getting better with people in the locker room. Diverge from the game and change his play calls to an excessive degree. Not the most coachable. Now that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, that's why this is shots. These are not all. Listen, somebody aired out some things. Some people lost their job. Some people lost their job. And this is what this looks like. Some people who are not happy. And if AJ couldn't be included, y'all like, oh, AJ is a guy who has come out live and said things. He's made everything mix up. Y'all go ahead, get the support. But let's be real. All right, let's be real. All right, now listen, Jalen Hurts is going to be the quarterback. And this is one thing we have to worry about, though. We got this season coming up, but Jalen does this all the time. He's a clutch guy. Clutch. I put up the Cool Cat. Cool Cat retweeted it. One of the things he did his first year at Alabama as a freshman, you had pressure. Got there. Then after he lost his job to Tua, he won the SEC championship the next year. He comes in, because everybody thought Carson Wentz wasn't going nowhere. Oh, he's just a trick quarterback. No, I was like, yo, y'all keep on reading between the lines. Wentz is gone. Hurts took over. 2021, it was a bad type of year for the Eagles. And they were 2 draft picks in the first round. They was like, oh, they'll just trade up and get one of these quarterbacks. But Hurts came through 2022 MVP season, answered questions, went to the Super Bowl. 2023, 15 interceptions. Everybody talking all this myth, this and that. They just changed the offensive coordinator to Brian Johnson. What did he do the next year? When Kellen came in, Super Bowl MVP, came through. Now we got 2025, another change, and when you bring a friend up, you bring a friend, Patullo. What happened next? 2026 is now. So I think now, there's no question. I think Hurts is going to answer. He always answers the questions. He did it in Baltimore when it was like, oh, him and AJ came out with the mess. He did it in Baltimore. He did it in Pittsburgh when AJ came out with the mess. Everybody against it, because every day after AJ says something, it isn't AJ who puts the excessive language on him. It's the media. After AJ says one thing, oh, they are on his neck. On his neck. And that's going to be doing it again. Jalen's always calm, cool, and collective. All right, man, listen. Just know it's nothing to say about Jalen going nowhere. You know what I mean? But this is a year that everybody going to want. Listen, they're going to be looking. And this is when Jalen's going to answer. To the draft picks.
Yeah, please, because I'm trust me, I addressed what I had to address yesterday on the Jalen Freaking Hurts podcast.
You know how you gonna get out, Cool Cat. We know it, man. But we gotta put the realness out there. We all love who we love, but we are a real damn place, damn it. And so nobody gonna go at Jalen Hurts, man. The Eagles not gonna do nothing there, votes around them, but this is what they're saying, and this is where it's coming from. People have all listened. He was at Patullo's neck last year. You never see Hurts get no type of way with nobody. But all I'm
gonna say is, and if y'all watch the Jalen Freaking Hurts podcast, go watch it. This happened before. This happened before with Randall Cunningham, with Donovan McNabb, with Michael Vick, with Nick Foles. It's still up because I searched it. It's still up. An article on Carson Wentz being selfish, he's egotistical, and all that. Y'all remember that article? It's still
he's
up
gone.
there.
He's gone.
Yeah, I know. But
this is total different. Carson Wentz didn't have 2 Super Bowls. Carson Wentz didn't lead them in the ways he did. Jalen Hurts
leader is proving my point. It's proving my point.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is not the same because
the same stuff that's going on with Jalen, with all these articles and all these people talking, happened to every single quarterback that became the quarterback of our Philadelphia Eagles. It ain't nothing new.
Randall Cunningham never said to Randall Cunningham about him being in a locker room with anybody. Cunningham was hurt, and then Cunningham got traded. That's just how it was. Right. Donovan McNabb, no, he got booed when he got drafted. They wanted Ricky Williams. And so after that, nobody said nothing about it until he lost the Super Bowl. And they're like, oh, you throwing up, McNabb? You throwing up now in the Super Bowl? That was that criticism. Jalen Hurts, I don't know where this is the most picked on superstar. Michael Vick, no. Michael Vick came out of jail. He was the only thing he got. The only thing he got is people talking about, oh man, that dog guy, he got to make up. Jalen Hurts, this is coming out of, this is the type of, they are picking on Jalen Hurts because he's a quarterback that he's not their prototypical quarterback. And then they're like, what's going on? But you know why they're saying what's going on? Because the controversy got stirred before with A.J. Brown. Now Patullo was going, people are leaking out stuff. Now with Carson Wentz, right, that come on, we can't talk about, like Carson, they gave him a chance. And then, you know, how we saw it, how we drafted Jalen, but he didn't let y'all know he was going to replace Carson if he didn't get right. He drafted Jalen Hurts. It's the same thing that's going to go on with A.J. Brown right now. If A.J. don't straighten up, if A.J. Brown do not straighten up, there's a warning being sent. I don't see him being here next year. I said this to Cool Guy. I said, I don't see him. He tweeted that, man, I told you he was. I said, do you see what that says? All he says is, I'm a member of the Eagles. He's a member of the Eagles. He's not saying yes or no. No time to any time he's answered. He's a very smart guy. And then you're talking about when they talked to Andrew Berry of the Rams, because it also came out that Adams was in trade talks. And yes, the Rams were, but Rams backed out because of the controversy of some injury news. That's what's the injury news. The Patriots, they talked to Mike Vrabel. Michael Vrabel said, I will get any possibility. They asked him, are you interested in J.J. Brown? Any possibility to upgrade my roster? He didn't say yes or no. Everybody's in the market. Everybody's just staying quiet and falling back. What Howie's doing is protecting the organization. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead.
Protecting the organization. I know this is a very sensitive subject for you, Cool Cat, and I knew coming on this show this was all going to be sensitive because you're the type of person you don't want to report. You want to go with feelings with the crowd, and I love you for that. But we're going to give them real before we go to the draft. Before we go to the draft, because they have to know the news that's going on.
Right.
What we want to say on the fan side is that I want all these guys to be, but we're going to tell you what's floating about them, what's real and what's floating. With AJ, I just don't listen. AJ, I want him here. And this is the big one here because Cool Cat feels like the Eagles will be disintegrated. They will not exist without A.J. Brown. But A.J. Brown, but that definitely not going to happen.
When it comes to A.J. Brown, I come to the realization of this. Whatever happens, happens. Okay? Whatever happens, happens. If A.J.'s here, great. If he's not here,
my guy's there.
Great.
Yes.
That, I'm okay. But whatever happens with A.J., happen.
It just could. Yeah,
this
it could.
Motherfucker right here is like a family member to me. It's like my brother. I am overprotective with this guy right here.
Right.
A.J. Brown, if he stays, great. If he goes, great. This guy.
That's how I felt about Sean McCoy. When he left, I was like, oh, they're going to trade him? He's going to trade. But I had to come to the realization.
Go ahead, Leon. My bad. Go ahead.
But they didn't talk on Sean McCoy. Just got traded on the humbug.
Right.
Like, he just got traded on the humbug. Like that was a little him and Deshaun. Like I don't understand that one. But this one right here, he's the guy with all the pressure. He's a quarterback. But Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts and Howie Roseman relationship is too tight for y'all to think that even came. Like that's not gonna go. They are doing everything it takes, and everybody talking about the different coordinators. Oh wow! This showed the unbalance of the Eagles. They got coaching jobs. People wanted them as head coaches.
Two of them got coaching jobs.
Steichen and Clemens got coaching jobs.
It was Shane Steichen and Kellen Moore got coaching jobs.
Yeah,
Brian Johnson and Kevin Batuto got the pink slip.
Other job, that's when they got other jobs. But we're not talking about that. We're just talking about. They got jobs. Everybody wasn't just guys. They got two guys got jobs soon as they won Super Bowls. Now you're talking about the other guys. You know, Brian Johnson was brought up as a friend. He was a quarterback coach. He was a friend of Jalen Hurts, like, you know, real cool. Wasn't a good way to bring him up, and Hurts had to learn. Patullo was Nick Sirianni's friend. Yes, two guys. They became head coaches. So what are y'all talking about? Like, they left. They just left. People just can't keep leaving. They got coaching jobs. So what are we talking about? You just can't, like, they got rid of them. Like they said, roll out.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let it be known before we
The pink slips went to Brian Johnson, and the pink slips went to Kellen Moore. I mean, no, went to who? Patulo. They went, yeah. Pink slips did go to him. So 2 out of 4 got jobs. So we talking about the Eagles just getting rid of people. They got rid of people when they won the Super Bowl. No, they left because they got jobs. All right, so let's go to the draft picks. The draft picks is big. This is the draft time.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about the draft picks. We'll start with this one right here.
No doubt.
Colin Cowherd. Go ahead, leader.
6'9", 345. Colin Cowherd. That's not the guy you listen to. That is a certified hater. Like, listen to Colin Cowherd. That's not a guy you listen to. That's one. But right here, this is Markel Bell, man, 6'5", 340. Dang. Good at the combine. Great at the Arizona State Pro Day. Eagles are looking at him, offensive tackle. Of course, they're going to look at that position. I mean, they're worried about injuries. They're worried about depth. This is a big guy. He's moving up, and I think he can slip to like 4th round. Some people are saying 3rd. Some people say maybe 2nd. Maybe. But I say 3rd or 4th in the 2nd, 3rd day. Eagles could go for him. Next guy. Top 30 visit they had with Markel Bell. This guy right here, this was an early top 30 visit. Jalen Kilgore, safety cornerback, ran a 4.5, did real good. Thinking about a safety, he's a guy they could think about somewhere in the 3rd round, somewhere in the 4th round. Another guy. Just look at those rounds in the 2nd day, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round. You can see Kilgore lasting to the 4th round. I think they were very, very interested in him at all. Next guy. Oh man. Listen, Jesus. Let me get it right. Let me get this right. Big guy. Is this Bell here? Bell. Let's go back. We're gonna go back. I got you. Everyone, I got you. Miami Hurricanes guy. Leader falling off, but we're gonna get that right real quick. No question. Big time. Another 6'9" guy. Because it's either Burke or Bell. I'm going to get all these right. Travis Burke are the 2 6'9" guys. I'll be so boom. Let's go. Yep. This one right here is, and y'all on, this is Markel Bell here. The last guy y'all saw was Travis Burke, 6'9" out of Arizona State. Travis Burke was the guy that could go 5th or 6th. Some people say he might be undrafted. Yeah, Travis Burke was the other 6'9", 325 guy. Markel Bell this guy is a 6'9", 345 guy that they have here. Looking at Markel from the Hurricanes, I remember his PFF where he had no sacks against him. Doing hard work, all types of film work I'm doing on these guys every day. Like, it's a real hard thing to the film work. So many guys, but no question. Chris Bell, 6'2", 240. 220. This is a guy they say 2nd round pick could possibly be a 2nd round pick out of Louisville. This is a guy they compare to AJ Brown. You've heard guys talk about him. Had a great pro day, had a great camp. This is an interesting guy. Once again, just like Amari Cooper Jr., they talk about receivers that could be drafted in the 2nd round or 3rd round. And look at this. Look at all Elijah Moore, Hollywood Brown, AJ Brown, and then we got Devontae Smith. They're going to draft the guy and keep how many guys? If they draft the guy in the 2nd round, especially the 1st, but I don't think it's going to be a receiver in the 1st. If they draft a receiver in the 2nd round or 3rd round, just look out, man. They're just y'all all, because Chris Bell is a type of guy, 2nd round pick. Omar Cooper is a 1st round pick type of option. The Trevor Beanie, I told y'all, Pena, I don't see the Eagles drafting him. I don't see that happening at all. I don't see that happening. Trevor Pena is a guy I don't see the Eagles drafting. Not at all. Keep that right there. That's a good pause because this is a very important guy to talk about also. But Chris Bell, Trevor Pena, and Omar Cooper Jr., those are 3 receivers that have got top 30 visits, guys that can be in the first 3 rounds. Nick Dawkins out of Penn State. I had an interview with him for Philly Sports Network. I paid for a good, nice interview with him. Very cool guy. He is the son of Daryl Dawkins, Sixer legend. Nick Dawkins Jr., very cool guy. And he's a guard. Now he's a guard. Now he's a type of guy where you can see him 4th round, 4th, 5th round. They're looking at guys down the line. You see the lower guys and you see the higher guys. The higher prospects are safeties, and the higher prospects are receivers. Those are the higher guys they're looking at. Safeties and receivers. They're looking at tight ends, but they ain't brought nobody in. They looked at Oscar Delp out of Georgia. They looked at him, and he could be getting in the 3rd round. 3rd round type of guy. You can go as high as the 3rd round for him. As low could be a 4th round. But tight ends are even stretches right now. All right, next prospect.
Sorry about that. I was watching something. It's the last guy that you sent me. So after this, we got 2 more, and then we covered everything. We got 2 more people. Yeah, after this, we got 2 people we signed that you want to talk about. Then after that, that's basically it. So here's the last guy.
Let's get it rocking. Here we go. Now this is Travis Burke. Travis Burke, another 6'9" guy. I know exactly who the other guy was. The other guy was Max Ahilgore. Max Ahilgore. We just started. That was a news I just got. The first guy we got from Arizona State was a 6'9". He's a 6'7" guy, tackle, 331. Just started getting a lot of noise, possibly a 1st round pick. This guy is Travis Burke, 6'9", 340, out of Memphis. A guy they looked at tackle, big time guy. You know what I mean? Another guy they could go through that's a tackle in the whole essence, man. That's just it. I'm sorry I mixed up my prospects. You know I'm going to come right back to y'all. Just like I'm going to come back. Listen, I also got to come back to some news when we had a guy, I forgot, he was some type of guy that was, he showed some love to Simone and Trigger Trey. I forgot his name. He said something about the Cowboys. One thing I was saying about Roger Staubach, I got something wrong. Roger Staubach was doing it from 1970 to 1979. He also got it wrong, talking about they've been doing it since the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It was only the 70s. He was Captain America. Y'all wasn't America's team since that time, man. I just had to come back and put it to also Arnold Ibiketti. I had to get his name right. So I went back, got the pronunciation. We call him AK. Y'all know I'm gonna be on y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna get everything back and rolling with y'all. First time signing here, man. Chandler Martin. What do I think about this? It's a special team signing. But he is a physical guy. He had 94 tackles at Memphis. When he got transferred. He was at Tennessee State before that. You get him and you get a guy who, I don't see nothing going on here. I think it's like replacing Patrick Johnson. It's too many guys there. You got Samal Munden Jr. You got Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I don't see nobody. I don't see anyone him replacing anybody. So don't look at this as a big signing. Next signing.
The last one, y'all. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us. So
No, we're not rocking out. We're not rocking out. Go ahead. Go with there. All right, go ahead. Go to the next one. All right, Joe Trevine, Shoyinka. Listen, he was drafted number 32nd overall. Drafted number 32nd overall. You have a pass rusher who had 4 sacks one year, 4 sacks another year. And my cool catch has been a good moderator. That's my guy right there. He just reading things down the line, but Leader Johnson gonna let y'all know when things will just keep on rolling. But Joe Trevine,
when you have if anything was popping up. So
yeah, when you have an edge rusher, my man, when you have an edge rusher, breaking news, cool cat's great with the breaking news when things just pop out, bow about the Eagles right there. Joe Trevine, what I think about him, man, you just add depth like you were doing with Uche and Ajalari. But the one thing that's good about him, these guys are both young, so they're not gonna go into old guys. They're looking at guys that they can develop, and I think he's good. He's a good guy that can come through and make some noise in the rotation of pass rushers. We don't know Brandon Graham is for certain yet. I don't know. Cool cat, you think is that for certain that Graham is coming back?
Brandon Graham is still a free agent. He hasn't been signed yet, so.
Okay, so they haven't said that because I'm getting in and out because I keep getting he's coming back or he's not. He's going to make an announcement. That's one of the.
The announcement isn't about the Eagles. I already checked that. It's not about the Eagles. It's about something else.
Okay, it's not about Graham. So Graham and the Eagles are not for sure.
It's not for sure because if it was, the Eagles would already sign him already.
Yeah, right. But I want my boy BG. Listen, that's my Eagle, man. You talking about Jalen Hurts? That's the Jizzle, baby. That's my guy. That's my favorite Eagle. He came up from the dirt. was that played with Tom Brady at Michigan and all that. You know, that's why it was so funny when he sacked him in the Super Bowl. I said, "Oh, look at that one." Now, I mean, yeah, man. I mean, that's my guy. But that's personal right there, man. I would love to see him. I was personal with Jason Peters. You think how bad I felt when he went to Dallas? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was personal right there. Jason, no Eagles should go to Dallas. All right, man. Let me stop. That's personal. Let me stop. That wasn't right for the broadcast, man. I can't.
No, you're good.
All
We
right,
got a rule here on Broad Street. Here on Broad Street, ladies and gentlemen, we got a rule.
We on
no street rats allowed on the team.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Simone. Shout out to
unless it's Cowboy fans that we bring in to talk to, they're cool. But if it's a player,
that'd be fun.
No.
That'd be fun, man. The Cowboy fans are fun. Lord Brunson, shout out to Lord Brunson, is always working. Shout out to Joey Shakes. Shout out to Chase Senior. Chase Senior is always getting in live. We had Chase as a host on here before. Shout out to Ed Kratz, because we got to start giving the love. Ed Kratz, he was on here before. Also, shout out to my boy Chris Franklin. He was also a host on here before. Shout out to Jenna McGraw, who works with these are writers that go out, do their thing. Shout out to everyone that's out there doing their work. Shout out to my guys, Philly, what's that Philly podcast, man? I forgot. Watch them. Listen, I'm always watching everybody to know news, to see what I hear, different perspectives, and see if I hear different leaks. I might just hear you to see your opinion real quick. And this is how I hear how people think. This is how I know most. I'm a writer. I'm a guy that's dedicated. I'm sitting here with sports, little father leader sports. We will be there for Villanova Radio. I haven't been there. Listen, so much going on. Shout out to Jim Jones' nephew, Harlan McNeil. Shout out to the Roots Picnic, Jay-Z coming out. Them guys are linked, Rock Nation, Harlan. Listen, it's a lot going on. There'll be Jason Crow Jr. Shout out to Jason Crow Sr., my guy, his father. I'm going to holler at you, my guy. Listen, man, he was a co-MVP of the McDonald's All-American game. This is breaking Broad Street news that I come with just news that ain't Eagle news. I always come with other news. I got to say that last. No doubt, shout out to just now that Deron Ribby Sr., Deron Ribby Jr., he was in the McDonald's All-American game also. Shout out to y'all, man. Duke, he signed with Duke. Jason Crow. Shout out to Jordan Smith Jr., that's my guy. He signed with Arkansas. Shout out to him, man. There's a lot of guys. I'm also supporters of young athletes. And I get close and personal with a lot of guys. Shout out to Ryan Hampton. That's RJ Hampton's brother. Shout out to Rod Hampton. That's the father. I get close and personal with a lot of people as family. So I love y'all, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. I'm going to have the podcast back. It's just a lot. The Flyers, they want me to talk about David Jarozic getting a 2-year extension. Oh, Paul George is balling. Balling. Dig me? So I'm loving to see that. He had 39 last night. He had 32 the first game. He had 19. He has been balling. So just let that muster up. We don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be game by game, but we're going to see where the Sixers go. Oh, Phillies! Yo, Justin Crawford, Carl Crawford. He played in Major League Baseball. His son, banging. Had 3 for 5 last night. He's number 400. Young Bucks is doing their thing. That's what the Phillies need. Andrew Painter, 8 strikeouts, 5 innings pitched. You got to be excited about that, man. You got to be excited about for Philadelphia's going. I just love to see all 4 busy trying to win. All right, so listen, man. Listen, we out here.
What we got on next episode?
Oh man, listen, the news is coming up. The one thing I want to talk about next episode is Jalen Hurts. Y'all got to be crazy. Listen, Kimberly Martin. I want to shout out Kimberly Martin on shouting out Jalen Hurts. She said, y'all talking about a guy who's led y'all to 2 Super Bowls and won 1. To even talk about if you think he should be the future, this is insane. Shout out to Kimberly Martin. It is insane. Nobody even talks about nobody talks about any other elite quarterback. I think he's an elite quarterback. How you don't think he's elite? What do you have to do? That is crazy. This is all crazy, but it's going out there. People want their love. That's why I said, Cool Cat. The difference between them guys is that they didn't win Super Bowls. What are we talking about them? Okay, you can talk about people. Oh, they want to win. Mike Tomlin, there was questions. This man wins every year. But there are questions when you are not winning a Super Bowl. But he won one. I think that was a crazy firing. That and John Harbaugh has me scratching my head. He's he's not even an old guy that you're asking stuff about. Jalen Hurts is young. Like, this is nuts right now, man. So I'm gonna talk more about. We will talk more and emphasize on the importance of the end. We're gonna talk keep on the Jalen Hurts situation. You don't talk about AJ Brown stuff is gonna come up only because he puts extra stuff in there. You don't want to pay attention to nothing until after June 1st. We're gonna see if he stays after June 1st. If he reports on training camp, okay, we good, we chill out, we good. Don't talk about it. If he reports to training camp, there's nothing to after June 1st is what we looking at, y'all. This is a big moment. That's when we want to hear stuff come up all the time because it's news. Everybody wants food. They want to write about something. They want to see something. He had that news a long time ago. Jeremy Fowler did not just come up with that news. He was sitting on that. He just wanted to get some confirmation. When people they hold on to stuff, they want to get more confirmation, see if they can get more news added. But they already had that news. So they just released it now, y'all. Don't think this is something that just came up yesterday. He had this news months ago. He probably had it right after the season. You know what I'm saying? So listen, gonna be cool. We're gonna be all right. The AJ Brown stuff, nothing gets crazy to after June 1st. And I mean, I'm talking about the first 10 days from June 1st to June 10th. This is what we flexing on. Now it's flexible, man. All right. So what we talking about is gonna be more of the draft. We want to talk about if the Eagles. This is the thing we want to talk about. If the Eagles draft a receiver in the first 3 rounds, especially in the first 2. But in the first 3 rounds, I think the Eagles going to go offensive line and safety. That's offensive line, safety, receiver, the best player available between those 3. It's no reason they should draft. It's the best player available through those 3. So if they think Amari Cooper is tops on their board or Chris Bell is tops on their board in the 2nd round or whatever, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, Toledo safety. That's another big guy. Look at him. He could anywhere from the 1st to the 3rd. They could snatch him. You know why they got Cooper? They traded up for Cooper. He was a guy they thought of as a 1st round talent, as a best player available. They could have got him in the 1st round. But who they thought was the best player available? Quinyon Mitchell. When they saw Cooper that available and nobody took him in the 1st round and the 2nd round more, we're going to go get him, man. First player available is how the Eagles draft. Between safety, offensive line, and cornerback, and wide receiver. That is in the equation, y'all. Look at the visits. This isn't what we're making up. This is their visits. These are not prospects that are 4th, 5th round prospects, only Pena. These are guys that could be 1st round talents. I do expect them to get more visits going for another receiver. If they look for Mekhi Lemon, I'm telling you, if they put him in the visit list, once again, this is not made up that they want to get rid of AJ Brown. It's not some made up stuff. Now, the Jalen Hurts is more of rumors of guys being unhappy because they didn't get their way with Jalen. That's what it looks like. This isn't the Eagles coming out saying, we're unhappy. No, this is a guy, listen, and we're talking about playbooks too. They're talking about who had the play calling. They let the news out. They wanted to keep it secret. We know who's going to talk about the play calling. Only AJ Brown and Padulo talked about the play calling. So it wasn't no Nick Sirianni. It wasn't no Howie Roseman. It was someone that had to do with the playbook or wasn't happy with the playbook themselves, like AJ Brown said. This is not easy to get this secret. I'm telling you because I'm a writer, man. I'm going to tell y'all who y'all can say. AJ Brown and Padulo, the only people that was unhappy with the playbook and unhappy with how the playbook was going, unhappy with getting the ball. This is not, listen, y'all can, this is how it is, man. So listen, man, we out, dog. You talk to Cool. Yo, Cool Cat got a lot of shows going on. Go see them guys. Go, the Simone, Lord Brunson, Joey Shakes. See they shows, man. They good shows. Chase Senior, Eagles Now, man. They do such a good damn job, man.
Yep.
We'll holler at them, man. We out, man. I'm gonna see y'all Thursday. We're gonna talk about it, dog.
What's the date, leader? Next Thursday?
Man, listen, it could be Thursday or Monday, man. Whatever. I do so many different jobs, so I got to switch around things for when it goes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let y'all know. Cool Cat to put the date out. He'll put the date out to you.
Right. So until then, we out. I gotta go to work. He gotta go to work. Peace out.